Hey everybody, it's Lockie here again with another episode. Today we'll be putting some drop pots in, try and catch some yabbies. The Opera House nets are a really good net to catch yabbies, but they were banned in 2019 because they caught turtles and water rats and everything like that in the net. So they're banned, so now we're only allowed in Victoria to use drop pots. They still do catch yabbies, but Opera House nets are a bit better, but you're not allowed to use them anymore. Bait, I'm using rabbit. I'll show you that in a minute. I'll set the drop pots up to try and catch some yabbies. Alright, so I got the nets here. These are the drop pots. So what they do is you put the bait in the middle there, and what they do is when the bait's tied in the middle, I'll show you in a minute, they drop down like that, floats in the water, and the yabbies will crawl over this and go to the bait, and then when you come along and pull the cord up, it's going to catch them. I just cut up the rabbit into pieces, and what I do with it is I put it in here with a bit of wire, jab one bit of wire through the meat. Rabbit's not ideal for yabby bait because it's not bloody enough. Beef or something like that would be pretty good. I've only got this bait to use, but usually I would use carp. I reckon is the best bait for yabbies. They absolutely love it. Okay, once you've tied that really good on there so the yabbies can't pull that away, that net is ready to go. So I'll just chuck that there and do the rest. Alright, we now baited all these drop pots up. There's some fairly big yabbies in this channel here. Alright, we got our first net here. We're going to go ahead and lob this in a nice open spot. Alright, number two. Number three, try and chuck him right out in the middle. It's a pretty good spot there. Usually you put drop pots in hot weather for about half an hour. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be putting them in tonight for. We just got to wait a good half an hour or so. It might be dark, but still we'll get a torch or something like that and check them and see what we have in them. Alright, so I checked them nets. I've got 3 yabbies, one tiny one, he's an alright size one there, and a really big boy, and that was for about 15 minutes we had them nets in. Tomorrow morning we'll check them nets. Yabbies are a really good crustacean for if you want to chase big Murray cod with them, if you want to eat them yourselves, if you want to have them in your fish tank just to look at, or to stock dams and that. They're a really cool little crustacean that get around, eat algae, other little dead creatures, rotten stuff in the water. They need air, so they will come up on top of the weeds and get air so that they can breathe oxygen. But anyway, well, I'll see you in the morning and we'll check them nets to try and get some more. Alright, we're at the weir now. I got my rod here for maybe have a lure because the weir's going. I got the bucket here ready to check them nets I had in last night. I'm not sure what will be in there. We got a nice size yabby there in that first net. Put him in that bucket. Got a big shrimp in this one, right there, big shrimp. Put him in the bucket here. Third net. We got another big shrimp in that net. Popping him in there. Put this up. Oh, got a little bait fish in there. There's a little bait fish there. Grab him. There's a little bait fish. Put him in there. Oh, and I put in another drop pot that I didn't check on camera, but I got 2 big yabbies out of that one and 1 shrimp, I think. These are really good. I catch a lot of reddies on these. Alright, so it's the next day. It's a bit windy today. I got a little brimmer salt on me light tackle with a little ice cream container, and we're going to be checking these yabby nets that we've had in 2 days. I've been checking them off and on. We've been getting actually a fair few yabbies. I've just been letting them go, but we're going to check them now, and we'll have a lure as well. Bait's gone a bit rotten, so it's about time to pull them out. This net right here is just caught a big, really big yabby. Take him back to the house. They're quite decent sized yabbies, these ones. Put them yabbies up in the bucket up there. I got my little rod here. I'm just going to flick around just in these open bits all the way up to the weir. You guys might be wondering what I'm using. I'm just using a little brimmer salt lure. It's pretty beaten up. I've caught a lot of redfin on it. It is a really good lure, good action on it, and the redfin just jump all over it. This is a fairly good looking spot for a redfin or a yellow belly, something like that. Fair few minnows jumping around in this weeds and stuff, and there's a bit of open area for me to lure here, so there might be some redfin or something getting around in here, and they might be coming out of here and feeding, coming out in the open for a bit of tucker. If there's a good spot you're looking at, more than likely there's going to be fish there, but it's just got to be the right time for them to be biting. And if you're luring in dark water, you should really use dark lures. If you're luring in seawater or something like that, use bright fluoro lures maybe. And then if that doesn't work, then use bright lures in dark water. Ooh, it's got a little bump right here, right at my feet. Oh, big fish, really big fish. The ripple's right here. That was a big fish. That was a pretty big fish right there, right at my feet. He full on smacked the lure. I thought it was a rock I was hitting, but it was actually some sort of fish. It might have been a really big reddy or a yellow belly, but he hit my lure right here. I didn't even see him, thinking it was a rock, and then I saw the ripples as he swam off. I was hoping that fish was going to come back. Yeah, they just mustn't be hungry today. Alright, so we didn't catch anything on the lure over at the weir. In the last 4 days we've probably caught 10 yabbies. A lot of them I've let go, but what we're trying to do in this channel, the last year or two, the channel's been going dry, and a lot of the cranes and that have actually eaten all the massive yabbies out of here. There was very big yabbies that were living in here under the willows and all in the weeds and that, and now there's hardly any. What I'm doing with the yabbies that I catch over there, I'm actually relocating them under here so that I can breed up. But the ones that I've kept, very big yabbies, and I'm going to let them go in here. And there he's gone. He's gone. There you go. Very nice yabbies they are. Beautiful size to eat, but usually if we catch about 100 of these, we usually cook them up, but I'm relocating them so this one can go back in here. He's gone. Another one. And the last yabby. And he's gone. Alright, so now they're in there, they're ready to, they're all going to breed up so that we can have a nice channel full of big yabbies. But drop pots are a very easy way to catch yabbies. They're nice and they're nice to use for beginners. You just put the meat in them, throw them in, pull them up, and you can catch yabbies nearly anywhere where there's water. Yeah, they're really fun to catch. I enjoy it. I love catching them and relocating them somewhere like this beautiful spot here. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'm going to be posting a lot more videos, but make sure you drop a like and a comment and subscribe. Comments really help me out if you have any questions, or if you want me to do any special sort of videos that you might like watching. And once again, I'll see you on the next outdoor adventure.